Hello,
Hello.
hello. Welcome to Wicked Game. My name is Lydia, and I'll be your DM for this game of D&D. Our players are Tom as the Paladin Hiraeth,
Hi.
Nikki as the Cleric Sunny, and Michelle as the Wizard Agatha. If you are new here, welcome. We have a great brimming game for you tonight. We're going to be doing some very brief announcements, and then a kind of a sum up. And I'll kind of do my best to get you up to speed so that you can enjoy this session. If you are not new, hello, hello again. What a bloomin' conundrum we have found ourselves
What a
in.
blancmange.
What a blancmange. Get comfy, my friends, because a lot rests on what happens after in the aftermath of everything. If you're a mod, our gorgeous mods, thank you for always having our back and keeping everything so shipshape so we can focus on the game. Potentially, chaps, this is like the third last Divisia Sensus session.
Wild.
We may need more depending on like story comes first, so we may need more. But I think we always take our customary break before a new campaign. Kind of seems like we might have three more. So let's pack as much in as we can. If you love D&D actual plays, let me recommend Dice and a Slice, a podcast of D&D and baked goods featuring our own Tom, which you can get wherever you get your podcasts. If you want to see more Twitch and YouTube stuff, have a look at some of the heroes who stream on Sundays. They're excellent campaign. So those are our recs that we give every week. We love them. Pals of Wicked Game. Now, previously on Divisia Sensus, let's see if I can do this. Our players are students from the prestigious Arcane University with the Divisia Sensus. They are in the second half of the second term of their first year, and after much fun and peril, they found themselves last week facing the Fey kin of Hiraeth in the material plane, unsanctioned, not clipped, clipped being like a process that these powerful beings must go through in order not to be too much of a threat when entering the material plane. And they came to exact revenge on the wizard who, before she came into her magic, accidentally cast an illegal spell that ripped a Fae from their home and tore their mind, body, and spirit to pieces in the process. That has been mended somewhat, but Ingrid didn't know that, and she was mad. So there was in a battle where it was as much about manipulating that mercurial is old as trying to keep the tavern owners alive. Students did frankly unbelievable job at fighting hard and surviving long enough and controlling the battlefield enough for the Fey ruler to arrive and put a stop to the violence. And with the fight over, Fey and mortals standing outside the burnt shell of the tavern. That's where we left off. The key. Don't mind running the thing.
I think my feet smell.
In the heart of Mar Idia, looking over the glittering city of Solarea, is the world's finest centre of learning, the Divisia Sensus. For centuries, this school has hosted the rich and influential and the greatest minds to have ever lived. Geniuses, leaders, holy figures, and legendary adventurers all had their start here. Though the school is built on old foundations, you won't find more advanced facilities for the arcane, alchemical, artistic, or academic, all behind powerful wards. The Divisia Sensus has the finest and most comfortable sanatorium in the known world. We pride ourselves on the care we give to those whose encounter with magic ended with a broken mind. Each year, we instruct students from far and wide in their chosen subjects and the rigours of life at the pinnacle of their field. There is no greater, safer, or more prestigious environment in which to receive an education. Lady Sophronia Apissimos, High Master of Divisia Sensus, welcomes you. Hello. Standing in the overgrown, strangely flowering, jungle-esque beer garden that had before been a very neat, clean, tidy, simple beer garden, and now is blooming with fey strangeness, is the Apony. Smoke still rising into the night sky. People spilling out onto the street beyond. And many things are happening at once. Kai wraps his arms around Agatha and begins to kiss the ever-loving shit out of her. Even though his lip is split and his face is like swollen and bruised, and between kisses he is just saying, "I'm so sorry, Ags. I thought I could reason with them, and I had no idea that things would get so out of hand."
It's okay, I'm just glad you're okay.
After a while, he kind of pulls back, gets some breath, and goes, "My God, are you okay? What happened?"
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, there was a lot of fighting. You weren't dead. You were asleep or something. I don't know.
I mean, I wasn't sleeping.
No.
I wasn't taking a little nap while you guys worked really hard. But you know, Isolde saved me. She saved me. You know, like Ingrid was toying with me and she beat the ever-loving shit out of me. And then I thought Isolde was going to kill me. And instead of that final blow, she like cast a spell instead. And I have no idea why she did that, but I'm really, really grateful.
Honestly, same. There are too many like questions going on in my head right now. But I'm grateful that she saved you. Of course I am.
Yeah.
Just.
Have you been drinking? I'm not criticizing, but like, I can smell quite a lot of like wine on your.
Wine?
Yeah, you guys were really drunk.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I just like it's
Sunny's birthday. Well, it was Sunny's birthday yesterday, but we were celebrating today, and like we'd been out, and like we were coming home after a night out when I found your note. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm really sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's not, I'm not saying it because of that. I'm just like, I'm focusing on something other than that. And he looks over just at the moment when the roof of the Apony just caves in, and everybody sort of like steps back.
Agatha's like done that thing of not looking behind, but it's just watching his reaction and just kind of winces as she hears it. Like,
it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
We can rebuild, right?
Sure, 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 sure.
Mhm.
While that is happening, like Shane has been laid out by Isolde on a wooden table that has like vines wrapped up around it. And Mel is actually like leaning over him and like arranging his torn clothes because his body is so burnt and blistered and bleeding, and his clothes were like shredded, but she's trying to, like, it's this moment of tending to a dead body and giving him dignity, but at the same time she's also maneuvering, she's like giving bombastic side eye to the Fae and like putting her body in between the Shane and the Fae. Um, and
Can I go over and just like help Mel, but kind of be like, okay, I'm just gonna settle things here because I know what she's trying to do, and I don't want Mel to stop that happening.
So what does that look like? I still got your mage armor, which is like giving her kind of psychological, like, do you know what I mean? Like it makes her feel special, and she feels a little bit invincible because she's got this like slight sheen of your mage armor over her dress, even though she is, you know, like soot all over her face, and like she's got full hit points, but she's been through it.
Like a chicken that's just had a sand bath.
Yeah. Agatha just comes over and like starts helping out, like the similar thing with the clothes, and then just puts a hand over Mel's hand and gives her a look of like, it's okay. And like then we'll leave her to it, but kind of like
you try and like move on, and she pulls you into this deep hug and go and like this like hoarse whisper in your ear is like, I'm never gonna say this again, but that was fucking unbelievable what you did in there. I've never seen anything fucking like it. And then she pulls back and is like, enough of that, and goes back to like tending the clothes.
Unfortunately, all you heard was
Pete and Tracy are just holding each other and looking at the smoldering wet ruin that is their home. And Isolde, Hiraeth, and Lord Huna Agvi stand in a huddle together on the brink of beginning this most important conversation, when suddenly you're hearing this like, oh, all right, fucking hell, she came out of nowhere. And bursting through a crowd of people is Nevma, like daggers drawn, ready to like fight. Let's go! What happened?
Whoa, easy.
Sunny, can you maybe...
It's absolutely okay.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's done. I'm so sorry you got told, you got awoken, and also so sorry that we didn't tell you. But and Sunny's just gonna like grab her like and just kind of let this guide her shoulders to dropping a bit and sit down and just kind of give her a little...
She immediately starts like grabbing your arm and turning you around and like looking at the injuries.
Hey, look me in the eyes.
Who fucking did this to you? Who fucking did this to you?
Well, they're gone, so you don't have to worry about that. You know, they're all dead. That's fine. So let's sit down, we'll have a conversation, we'll talk about everything that happened. You know, Hiraeth's family showed up and they didn't bother going through the clipping process. But luckily enough, you know, they brought fire spells, and you know me, I'm fireproof. And then the other idiots they had with them are long gone. So let's sit down, I'll tell you everything that happened, and it's all cool. Pluto did some sick shit. I'm really sad you didn't get to see it.
I'll tell the rest of the... Shall I? And she points
Please.
up, and what you look up and you see on the rooftops silhouettes of people. You see Athra, Aloysius, Erica Lovelorn, other like silhouettes. They're all like crouched behind chimneys, like ready to cast spells. And just like stop.
Yeah, I think this entire time, I like, if I'm within earshot or can sort of see them at all, I think this entire time, like, the shoulders are just sort of growing, like curling inward and inward, like just knowing that it's like knowing that your like older sibling is the bully in the school kind of thing, and like all of your friends kind of suddenly realizing that actually you're associated with. Do you know what I mean? Like that kind of fuck. I am so sorry. And I think it. Yep.
Oh, just before Sonny goes off to give Nevma a blow by blow count, he's gonna reach up to put his hand at the small of your back, and just whisper quietly like, "Hey, this, you know, you've got this. You know, you've done incredible things, and there's no one that knows more about there's no Fae that knows more about the immaterial plane, specifically this area, than you. There's no one better suited to handle this situation right now, and I'm just gonna cast guidance."
Thank you.
But it just feels like that, like warmth from. It's a bit like a deep heat pack on the bottom of your back. But yeah,
I think Hiraeth just gives you a very, very sad smile and just pats you on the shoulder and sort of turns back to his family.
The next thing that happens is you hear someone else approach through the alley, simultaneously like casting a spell that cuts away at a lot of the thorny vines in that alley from the street to the beer garden. You see High Master Epissimos, who stops dead at the sight of Huna Agvi and takes a knee in front of her, waiting for a hand to come forward so she can press her forward to it, which Huna does. Lord Mater Agvi, an honor to meet you in person. And then like stands, and you see now that the appropriate respect has been given, she's like readying herself for this conversation. Lord Mater, and your mother's like, it's Lord, it's just Lord. Lord Agvi, whilst it is a great honor to have you in our humble city, I must protest that we have a great many Fae present in a way I understand to be unlawful. In the interest of good faith and transparency, when I received the news that the Fae are present and fighting in our precious city, I sent a missive to the Imperial Palace. And Huna like raises her hand in silence, and Lady Epissimos just is immediately quiet. High Master Epissimos, I presume. I'm glad to meet you, and you are right to have come to protect your citizens from the unlawful presence of my daughter and niece, and your hasty communication to this continent's emperor is prudent. I thank you for that. If you would excuse me, every second in this realm puts my land in grave danger, and I would like to speak to my children just to organize a few things. And like steps away, and she indicates Hiraeth for you to go to like a corner of the beer garden. Isolde joins you, and though like Ewan is extremely reluctant to like move from his like place of protector of the Fife Fields, he moves, and your mother just like waves a hand, and this translucent force field comes up around you that means that you can speak in confidence here. And Hiraeth, you feel very small looking up at your family. Like when you're not clipped, you're kind of you're not taller than your mum, but you're taller than Isolde and you're taller than you. And now you feel like a little kid, like looking up at them. Let us plan with haste, my children. Every second I'm here, the province is held by your father, who is very capable, but still suffers from the clipping and is playing catch up about Fey political events. I cannot tarry here. In a short span of time, the Fey representative from the palace is going to arrive, and she is going to work very hard to quell mortal anger. But she does not speak for Dawn Province, and she does not speak for the Agvies. So let us now work out who will speak for us and for me. Hiraeth, you've already said that you are up to the task. And as soon as she says that, Isolde like flashes you a look.
I look at Isolde and say, I've been staying here for quite some time. I feel like I am capable.
Are you? You barely look Fey right now. Are you even in the right presence of mind? You look half dead. Are you well enough to speak? Like you're not on your best game. It requires somebody who's...
Isolde, with all due respect, I'm not the one who came here illegally.
That doesn't sound like due respect, Hiraeth.
Take it how you will. I'm ready, Mother.
Your mum kind of looks between you and goes, very well. Isolde, you are to revive as many souls as are willing to return, and do not stay any longer. And Ewan says, obviously, I know my limitations. I am not one to speak for the family. But if you think there is any residual goodwill, I would like to stay a while and act as personal protector of the Five Fields. They're the people that our cousin wronged, and my strength, I know, is caretaking. I would ask that you let me do that now, and I'll return in a mortal day or maybe two, once I know that they're okay. And your mum like takes a second and says, that's complicated, Ewan. You are not clipped, but I'll ask the Five Fields, and it can be their decision. But you better not have your bow. And he like hands it over to her. She steps out of that force field, leaving the three of you together, and steps towards the Five Fields, who are doing everything they can not to like cower as she steps like towards them. Are you fronting the...
yeah. Agatha's like, don't trust anyone right now.
Hunagvi takes a knee in front of this little collection of people who are all standing like over Shane. She doesn't want to be looming over you. Mrs. and Mr. Fifield, Agatha Fifield, Melina Fifield. My name is Lord Hunagvi. I'm deeply ashamed. And I'm so sorry that my blood has caused you this grief. House Agvi is indebted to you. And I give you this vow now You have my royal architect at your service to rebuild. This place will be rebuilt with the coin and sweat of my people at your discretion. I have to return now to my land. You have my son Ewan as protector should you wish it. And I have left my children instruction to give the 5 fields whatever you need to rebuild and to heal.
Can Agatha do either an insight or I feel like it's more intelligence of.
Damn.
Well, I don't think Agatha's doing the mental math of like, okay, I don't trust these people, but like they need to do this stuff to keep political things safe. Like, if they were gonna hurt us, they could just do it now. Like, I'm trying to think of a way to roll to get Agatha to
Is this
trust them enough.
if you accept compensation, does that mean that you're giving them up any liability? It's like if you give out cash, you can't take your old job to court.
Well, let's start with an insight and then see if an investigation follows. But insight to see whether you trust her, because that's the quintessentially what an insight roll is.
13.
Yeah. This seems like extremely heartfelt. A genuine offer. Then I would say, if you want to roll investigation about, that kind of stuff, then do it.
Thank you. 20.
Look, this is an extremely public thing that she's doing. You're currently watched by like a lot of people, and she's got down on one knee in front of humans and is saying in a voice that is loud enough for everyone present to hear that she's going to give you whatever you want. If you want anything, ask for it now, because it's public, and anything else later will be a negotiation with a fae.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Thank you so much, Lord Agby. If you can rebuild my parents' tavern, that would be much appreciated. This is something, I don't even know if you can do this or if they'd even want it, but like, if you could do something so they just forget the worst of today, provided you want that, like, that might be helpful. I don't know if that's...
What are you talking about, Agatha? Tracy?
I just like, there's like magic to like I think you can like make people forget certain things. Like, not a lot of things.
That. I'm not having some fae in my head.
All right, then she doesn't want it.
Sorry, Lord, but
That's fine, Mum, that's fine. I just, I wanted to say...
I'm never going to forget what happened today.
Yeah, I know, me neither.
Someone's got to take account, Lord.
Yeah.
Milady.
You got it, Mum. Then... Yeah, I think that would be nice if we could do that. And I mean, I don't know, do you guys want like Ewan to like protect you guys?
Well, I mean, your mum like looks over, and through that, like it's kind of like looks like cling film is round these three siblings who are absolutely mute with each other, just staring out at what's happening. And your mum kind of looks at this like, you know, turquoise tousled hair, like gleaming eyes, standing really like upright and proud. She goes, well, he was healing quite a lot. He seemed quite like, if he's one of the good ones, I suppose it might help us sleep a bit better tonight. Goodness knows where we'll be sleeping.
Oh yeah.
Um,
We'll sort that out.
I mean, as long as we have assurances, yeah, I think that might, you know, just for a little bit.
All right, Mum, calm down. Then yeah, Lord, if Ewan would like to stay, that would be
Of course.
great. I have one question though. Is this going to happen again?
Not if I can help it. I will see. I will speak to Hiraeth. I will speak to my husband about strategies to make sure it can't. But I was always hoping that in my lifetime I would create better connections to the material plane, not make it more distant. But if that's what needs to happen, I don't like making promises that I don't know that I can keep. I would never have allowed this to happen. So I won't make that promise. But I can promise I will put into action ways to prevent it from happening again.
Okay, thank you. I just don't want anyone else coming after me for revenge.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that Ingrid will be made an example of, so that will definitely help.
Okay.
Thank you. And she kind of rises up and walks away. And she is getting ready to leave.
Sorry, I think before, as I see her preparing, I step out of the saran wrap and just say, Mother, before you go, we don't have to talk about it now, but I wonder whether we might talk in the future. I have a friend that I owe a favor.
Right. You have become very unfey. Who do you owe a favor to? Son, speak. I cannot stay here for too long.
I want to protect her as much as I can, but she's a changeling.
Okay.
That has connections to our family.
Okay. Who is it?
I believe that she's descended from one of our servants.
Okay.
I'm inferring a lot. She's descended from the changeling that found you before I was conceived. Urine.
She suddenly becomes quite stiff. And you see this like umber glow pull out from her. Hiraeth, Agvi. Where is she?
I can't tell you because
You will speak to me, Hiraeth, now.
I do not know, Mother. I don't know where
What
she
is her name?
I can't tell you that.
Tell me her name. You are telling me that somebody has broken their sentence of being in the Fae Fair, and you knew about it, and now you will not bring justice?
Mother, I owe her a favor. If this is all it is, then let it be this. Let it be me not telling you.
I will send Dawn agents to find her. You telling me bears very little change in my mind. It just tells me where your allegiances really are. I'm glad that such a short span of time in the material plane has pulled you so far away from me, my heart. I missed you very, very much. You missed the changing of a season. All I wanted to do was talk to you of your friends and your time here.
So why didn't you? Mom.
Because I rule a land. I rule a land. You know that I was in meetings with people, with both the Lord of Dusk and the Lord of Day, because there are problems out there. You know, you're not a fool. You know. I had to cut them short to come here.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for straying.
Well, it pains me even more than it would before to leave you, to represent me when there is clearly a gulf between us. This much will never change. I love you, Hiraeth. I love you with the power of all the suns. But I look at you now and I don't even know who you are. You look changed. You sound changed. Your mind is changed. You don't always know the full story.
Then tell me.
You don't have time. You know, 40 years could have already passed. I have to go and protect the Dawn province. Every second that I'm here, the throne is empty.
You're right. I'm sorry.
She puts her hand on your cheek, and leans forward and kisses you on the forehead. I pray to the font that this time where you are here and separated from me passes quickly. And I just want to see you again in the Feywild soon. And she steps back and is gone.
Yeah, I think I just stand there, just frozen, in like just utter shock at yet again failing.
Wow, I thought my mum was scary. You're right.
No, but there's no time for that. I'm sorry. Truly.
What for?
This.
It's not your fault, is it? You didn't tell him to come here. Did you? Hiraeth?
A long time ago, and I didn't tell them not to either. So I think it is my fault, and you have no reason to ever look at me if you don't find it in yourself to forgive me. I completely understand, but I have to take account of what I have done.
You told them. I don't understand. Like, you told them, and then you didn't tell them not to come. Did you not? Like, did you know they were here? Like,
No. No. I was angry when I first learned that you were the one, and then I forgot to.
you forgot. You fucking forgot. Because you didn't look that shocked to see how they were acting. So it's not like they were acting out of character.
No. There's no excuse, and I'm more sorry than I can ever put into words.
All right. I don't really know what to say. I thought I was your friend.
You are. Look, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. I understand that I can't make this up. So
And what are you going to do? You're just going to leave? I watched my family get killed and lose one of my best friends in the same night. There's, I don't know, some fake diplomat coming or something, and you're just going to leave?
I don't know what I don't want no. I don't know what I can do to make amends. And if you want me to stay, Agatha, that's all I want. But all I'm saying is I understand.
This isn't like those lessons in culture studies where I'd tell you how we figure it out. You have to figure it out. I can't tell you how to be my friend. I can't tell you how to fix this. You have to figure that out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go keep an eye on my family. And Agatha walks away.
Yeah, you turn and you see Ewan and Isolde are moving towards the table that has Shane on it, and speaking tentatively to the Fifields. And Pete turns to you, your dad turns to you and says, she's gonna bring Shane back.
Okay.
But she says that we've got to like ask him to come back or something. Like 3 of us have got to like convince him. I don't know, like I don't know who that should be. But we're just getting ready now to do that. I think Mel's got an idea for something. You know, I could probably say something. I think your mother's always got a word or two.
I feel... I don't really know. I didn't know him that well.
No, I mean we've got to know him a little, especially in the last like month. You know, we've got to know him quite well, but you know, it's not that long that we've known him either, really.
She'll turn to look at where she's just left Hiraeth and like to Sunny and Nesma as kind of like a can Kimber do anything? Or like
Never kind of like sheepishly says to you, Sunny, I don't know if this is like a rude thing to say, so I'm going to say it to you. But if they're like the people with powers generally can be more persuasive in these sorts of situations than, I mean, they obviously are going to have like, they know him better, so maybe they have an in like that, but often, you know, I don't know. Maybe it is right that the Fifields do it, because otherwise it's strangers asking him to come back.
I mean, like, from like a practical sense, I'm pretty spent, but like, there's some. I wouldn't mind saying something if you feel like you want, you know, a clerical hand in the space. I could think of a couple of things, but like this ain't a eulogy, you know. Like, it don't gotta be, you know, you live such a good life and there's so much, like, it don't gotta be like that. Like we're not reading someone's last rites.
So can we just be like, like if you come back, I'll buy you a drink, or like, I'll get your tavern back. Like we'll do it. We'll get your tavern back.
This is the thing, right? Like, I don't think buying someone a drink is you know, at the depths of something, but you can appeal to their, like, you know, Shane's he's got a good head on his shoulders, you know, and he's a doer, and there's a part of me that thinks that, if Shane not being able to finish something that he said he'd do, you know, it's got a weigh on him, you know, even after passing. So, you know, there's value in making a plea, you know, the tavern is a good link, you know, all of these things, but this ain't, ultimately, you know, it's the same as convincing anyone to do something, right? If someone don't want convincing, you ain't convincing them, right? You can appeal to their emotional side, you can appeal to their logical side, or whatever, but if they don't want convincing, there's no convincing to be done. Like, I don't want to get too dark with it, but outside of the Fifield, Shane ain't got no one left.
People have to be allowed to pass on if they want to pass on, but
you know,
we will do our best.
Maybe Shane wants to go be with his family, you know? Like, I'm just saying, just because someone says no, don't mean it ain't about you or nothing. Yeah?
It's like a commotion that breaks out, that like pulls your attention, and you look and you see Mel has, like, she's hitched her skirts up and she's halfway up the wall. She's like climbing up into the, like, and Ewan's there going, no, it's not safe. It's not safe. And she's like calling, like, your parents are like panicking, going, what are you doing, Mel? And Mel's like looking back going, Mother, I have climbed out every fucking night for years. I'm all right. And she like climbs through one of the like broken, burnt out windows, and then emerges again with a lyre like tucked under her arm, and then scales back down. I'm gonna fucking sing Shane back, aren't I? I'm gonna play something for him. He fucking loves my playing. He'll come back when I play him a little something.
All right.
Right, we doing this?
Yeah.
Agatha, would you like me to say something, or do you want to do it? Like,
I'm just not good at this stuff. I'm not good with words. If I say something, it might accidentally offend him, and he'll be like, "I'm not coming back."
What are you going to say?
Exactly.
Right.
Don't do an Agatha.
Let's not.
Look. I've learned and I've grown, and there are many great things about me. Okay, I'm like really smart, and like I think quickly. Lots of cool qualities, right? This isn't one of them.
So just from a DM perspective, we need you're doing a single tactic to try and entice the soul to return to the body. So far from the 5 fields, what we have is a performance check from Mel, and Pete will attempt a persuasion.
A banter check.
What check?
I said a banter check.
A banter check. Banter
Come on,
check.
pal. You were saying just how much you wanted to try a grass mead the other day. I'll make you one.
I promise it'll taste nice this time. You just got to come back.
It could even be lemongrass if you fancy.
Tracy's
thinks lemongrass
offer,
tastes like lemon and grass, yeah.
Tracy's offer, which has been politely like, well, I think Sally's going to say something. Tracy was like, well, I could tell him that he's on the fucking roster. And when you're on the roster, you have to you have to work tomorrow. And she was going to attempt to intimidate him back because the roster is the roster. But they're like, I think maybe Sunny, who is so warm and inviting. Maybe we let him try something.
Tracy
Agatha just-
living the capitalist dream right there.
Yeah. Agatha just takes her mum's hand and is like, this isn't for us, Mum. This isn't our thing.
Just walking past, because obviously Sonny was sat off to the side. If Hiraeth allows, I think Sonny's just going to give his hand a squeeze as he walks past, just as a all of this is not about the thing that just is happening to you and has just happened to you, but I noticed kind of the you're not invisible right now thing.
As you move on, I think Nevma takes your spot next to Hiraeth and leans her head on your arm in solidarity. So Isolde begins the ritual, and she starts she's moving around him in this extremely graceful manner, and as she's doing so, she's drawing with her finger on the ground, on the table, and in the wake of her finger there is it's almost like paint. She's painting symbols on the ground around Shane, and then she stands kind of where his shoulders are poised for the people to step forward. Sonny, do you want to?
Yeah, I'll go first. I don't know what I'm doing, as in I don't know what skill check I'm going for.
Look, I would have done it if Liddy would let me investigate my way through. But
you know my best skill is insight, right?
Insight, read him.
Well, actually, I was tempted to go for a insight based on Sonny's read of them as a person, and try to reach out to the core of Shane as a person. So I don't want to go too emotive. I don't want to go too
okay.
too
all
logical.
Right.
I
we'll
want
do the roll first, because what this will be is you're not saying something persuasive. What you are is whispering a promise.
I think I know what it is. This sounds wild. I think Nikki, through Sonny, has grokked Shane. I think I get Shane.
Mm-hmm. Fucking bold. I love it.
No, I think I do. I really do. I really think I do. I know I spent so little time, but I think I get Shane. So I don't know how you want me to do this.
Well, let's. Why don't you say some stuff? Do a roll, and then we'll see what it is that you speak to Shane as a result.
So, Shane is a very driven person through, survival. A lot of people give up when stuff gets really difficult, but Shane not only found a new situation, but also aspired to reviving the memory of people, which is to say that I think Shane, it's something I've been harping on about a lot over the past year or so, but Shane really sees the value in a life well lived and in a small good life. The putting a smile on someone else's face with a wry comment, giving someone a cold beer after a hard day, those those unspoken emotions, giving someone the thing that makes their shoulders relax, the thing that makes them unclench their jaw, facilitating a moment of peace and calm in other people's lives, and in doing so finds his own calm through the hustle and bustle of doing those things. That's the person that I think Shane is, right? I believe that Shane thinks his good is coming and will continue to do good until that day. I think he thinks it's coming, and not in a I'm going to be a millionaire, but in a I'm going to have my moment of calm. I'm going to be centered one day, and it will come Not when I'm trying for it, it will just come, because it comes for everyone.
Roll insight.
Lydia's like, no, you're wrong. You fucking, he's a grind set motherfucker.
He's just a horny little man looking to get his end away. No, he's not.
It's an 18 on the dice plus 8, so 26.
Yeah, I mean, I think what you've described there is it is like at the core of him, and what is layered above is this terrible thing that happened to him when his family tavern was like cruelly taken and his family were killed in front of him. And he didn't do anything about it. And what got layered on top of that is I didn't do anything then, but if I stay good and if I stay true to the aleful way, then something good will have to happen. I can't be like changed and corrupted by this thing. And maybe everything will be set right in the end. So what is it that you say to him with this knowledge?
Sonny is going to just like gently touch his head and, hi mate, look, I know you can hear me, and I know what you're doing is, it's gotta be rough, you know, but I genuinely, truly believe that your peace will come here, and I genuinely believe that your moment of still, your moment of calm, and your moment of like actualization is here among us. No one will blame you if you choose to go now. No one. Absolutely no one. You know, like, better men than you or I have made that decision. But I know in my heart, and I believe with all my faith, that there is time for you to sit under a tree with a cold drink and a good book and know that you have done good. And I believe that that's here with us.
You step back. Mel steps forward, lyre on hip. Shane, I actually don't have lyrics to this one yet. I wrote it a little while ago when I was taking a break on shift. And I saw you and Mum like cracking up over something. I couldn't really tell what it was because I was over the other side at a pub. But you guys just laughed and laughed, and then Dad came out, and for some reason that made you crease up like even more. And then like Mum's eyeliner ran because she was laughing so much. And then she started thrashing you with a tea towel for making her laugh and making her eyeliner run. And I thought that it was going to like make me feel a certain kind of jealous way. But actually I just felt all like glowy because it was like I had this big brother and I didn't have to do all like the hard stuff like I had to have to do with Agatha, like all the hard years when I like, you know, missed her, but hated her, but like loved her. And anyway, the lyrics were going to be something about that. So if you just imagine that, and she starts like playing and like la la la-ing a very beautiful melody to this lyre music and just swaying from like foot to foot. This extremely beautiful and like it's somehow hand in hand, like cheerful, but there's a kind of soft melancholy to it. Roll performance for her.
Come on, Mel.
Okay. And yeah.
I would just like to, if possible, help Pete with his by summoning Mr. Fay, and Mr. Fay's just going to curl up on Shane's chest as like a comfort thing.
Yes. Okay. All right, son. I know that you have got to be hovering nearby somehow, and I know that you have got to be so close to your family right now that you're probably all you can think about is like wrapping your arms around them again. I know if I was close to my mum and dad, it'd be tempting for sure. And I know you've not even like been with us a year. I'm sorry to say that you are part of our family now as well. And even though you probably don't want to work for us anymore, which is completely understandable, by the way, but like, hear me out. You're young, my boy. You've already lived through so much, it's true, but you've got a lot of life left to live. You've got a lot to give. I've never even tried ale-full beer yet. You know, you promised you was going to make some. I don't think those barrels that we made are going to have made it through, but we've got to start again, and I've got to have a cup of ale-full beer. But you have the right to live more. You have the right to find a partner if that's what you want. You have the right to have children if that's what you want. You have the right to get your pub back if that's what you want. Yeah, find peace and comfort, like Sunny said, in this life before you move on to the next one. So that's basically all I've got to say. And, you know, Tracy and I, none of us are going to be mad at you. You just want to be with your family, yeah? But we're going to miss you really badly if you go away, yeah? We'll understand, but you've made a big impression.
Advantage, Mr. Fay.
Okay.
Come on, Pete. Gosh, she's been doing some work and I love it. It's what you want.
Isolde like just finishes up the spell, Raise Dead. Final roll, taking into account the success that we know Sunny has given and the other rolls. There is a pause where everyone is completely silent in this beer garden, and there are people lined up through the alleyway, like trying to watch this, you know, very magical moment, very private, intimate moment. And it is suspended in silence. And then you just see the chest move. And then this little groan of pain comes out of Shane, and he like rolls over onto his side and like lies in the fetal position. And additionally, Isolde just puts her hand on his forehead, and you see some of the blisters and like open sores just begin to like close up. And Isolde looks to Hiraeth and just like nods that it's done.
I think, like Hiraeth has been like barely breathing. Sorry, Shane. And as soon as he takes a breath, like just kind of like stays very still, but tears just start to trickle down his face as he sort of nods at his sister, and just stands there watching the scene. Doesn't join.
Lady Epismos steps forward and says to all of you, we must all go back to school. I will speak to the custodial forces about guarding the Apennine for the night, but the Imperial entourage will arrive in the transportation room, and we need to start the emergency talks right away. Mr. and Mrs. Fifield, Miss Fifield, may I propose something? Clearly, you can't stay here, and it would not be right for you to stay in an inn. We would like to offer you lodgings in school. We must use our visitors' wing for the Imperial entourage while they are here. So for tonight, I have already set the school staff to make up one of the empty cloisters for your comfort. And when the visitors' wing is free, I hope you will stay there until the tavern is rebuilt. Tracy is like looking quite sort of suspicious and goes, "What, free?"
Yes, free.
Lady Epismos like leans forward and winks and goes, "Oh, I think we can probably send the bill to the Feywild, don't you?" But yes, board, food is all at your disposal.
What cloister?
Well, I did. I'm afraid I already asked them to do a cloister in the far highway. I thought you'd want them close for the time being.
Yeah, no, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not next door to you because everything is full, but there's a free one, down the way. It'll be ready.
Okay, cool.
And as you're like, it's your parents kind of move back a little bit, and it's now Sunny, Bing Bong, Pluto, Agatha, Kai, Hiraeth, just sort of there. Well, my word. May I suggest that while we walk back to school, you all tell me exactly the events that transpired here, so I am armed with all the facts. Then you can go to sleep and meet again in the morning. Bing Bong, thank you very much for giving me the heads up, and thank you all. I think if what has happened, what I'm guessing has happened, then you all fought to protect Solarians, as you've done the school very proud. So yes, Hiraeth, I think that perhaps you will be not sleeping, but in emergency meetings through the night. But everybody else, I would recommend sleep. So let's get to walking. And you walking out. She does anyway.
As we're walking, Agatha's doing a lot of like thanks to like the others of like thanks for coming, like especially like to Pluto and Bing Bong, and just hug Sunny a whole lot because like thanks for bringing them back.
Your diamonds,
I'll pay you back. I really will.
Agatha, I'm joking.
I can't do the jokes right now.
I mean, someone's got to. I honestly, for the past 30 minutes, I've been trying to work out a joke for Kai about dying on stage, but I just can't seem to put it together.
It's okay. We can workshop that. Very funny.
It's something. There's something there, though, right? Like,
Yeah, there is.
I can't seem it. It's either too mean or not funny. So I'm just like, I just don't like
Too
it.
soon.
So.
It's all real too soon.
Yeah, we can circle back to it at breakfast, maybe.
Oh, it's just, no, it would be gone by then. So like, I think the moment's passed already. If I'm honest,
All right.
it's fine. Like, I'm not upset about it or nothing. What a day, eh? What a day.
And you start walking. There's quite a crowd that's like on the streets. A couple of people who are just still actually holding like wooden buckets of water. Like they know that the fire's passed now, so they put it down, but there's still a bit like, okay, what happened? as you walk past. I think it would be, instead of RPing it, I think, can you give me a summary of what you think as a group you're relaying to High Master Pismos? Essentially, are you guys telling the story from your perspective entirely truthfully?
I think
And are you
Agatha is.
chiming in and giving her everything, or are you waiting and to do your diplomatic stuff when it gets to it?
I think Hiraeth doesn't talk an awful lot. Lets the others tell the vast majority of the story, and tells everything about Ingrid's doing entirely truthfully, and doesn't actually know. Hiraeth doesn't actually know that Isolde helped. Like Isolde didn't kill Kai.
Oh, he doesn't know about the feigned death.
So I think is cagey about Isolde's kind of. So she might still take the crown. So like, he's suitably cagey about the facts when it comes to Isolde. Doesn't sort of like. Doesn't outwardly lie, if that makes sense, but is
He only says what he's 100% sure of, not where there's any
Exactly.
kind of like murkiness in his mind.
exactly. He's very sure of the fact that Isolde did help them in the fight with Ingrid, and makes a point of speaking about that. But with any of the slightly more dubious bits, that, let's be honest, he's not entirely unsure that she was completely dubious. Does that make sense?
I think Kai would say though in that conversation though, right? Like, oh, and then Isolde cast a spell on me. So I think Hiraeth would end up knowing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
still...
in fact, I'm going to say this. Isolde is not walking with you guys. She's walking further back. But Hiraeth, as all of this story unfolds, it occurs to you that Isolde is coming out of this looking really good. She protected mortals. She protected Kai. She protected you in the fight. She just publicly resurrected Shane. She is looking like a very powerful, very compassionate, active leader type.
Whatever the font wills. This is my diplomatic duty. I've told my mother that I will be the Fae's representative, the Dawn's representative.
Okay.
Lydia, you're doing like bits, man. You're doing bits.
You're doing bits.
I'm nothing but bits, man. Okay, you arrive back at school, and you are informed that the essentially like the crisis talks are going to be happening in the Hetwan parlor, which is on the ground floor, and it's kind of like their fanciest place. It's where the conversation with Queen Udal happened all those weeks ago. And the rest of you, I think, filter off, and Hiraeth, you are left momentarily with Isolde, who stands, in the foyer of the school, looking at you with this like gentle arcane lights on the wall, and she stares at you now that you two are alone.
I think I just lean back on the wall and just say, "Well done, sister."
I want to make something clear, brother. You made a promise to me in there. And if you flip-flop on me, there will be consequences.
I'm used to your threats, is all. Whether they are subtle or outright. I said what I said.
Well,
Let's see what the font wills.
I'm going to see if those people who I exploded their heads want to come back to life. After all, they're also models that need to be revived. It's such a shame that you're not taking a nap before you go and do all of this important talking. You look like shit. She walks away. Out alone into the night.
Isolde.
She pauses in the doorway.
If you ever go anywhere near the Five Fields again, I will try my very best to see you dead.
Well, that just sounds like fun. Meanwhile, it is this very different atmosphere with you guys as the Five Fields are being led through these long corridors, and Tracy's like, oh my God, it's such a long way. We've been walking for ages. There's so many stairs. What the heck? It doesn't even make sense. I swear the school isn't this big. And it's got to be 5 a.m. now.
Yeah, it's quite a lot, Mum. But like, it'll be fine. Like,
all of this. It's not a wonder you're so skinny right now. We've been like, you walk all of this every day to and from your classes. Goodness me.
Yeah. There's a lot of running around, you know.
Wow. What kind of facilities have they got? Have they, what, you know, can we have a bath?
Yeah, like our cloister has like a really nice bath. I assume they all do though. Like,
Right.
yeah, we can run you a bath. Like, I can run you a bath.
No, you go to sleep. You look, you know, you've been through it, just like everyone's been through it. You should, you know.
Yeah, I will sleep, but like, I want to make sure you guys are settled first, you know.
Yeah, don't worry about us. We've got that big one to help us out.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine, but you know, you know, he's not from here, so I just want to make sure I'm here too, you know.
It's funny, isn't it? We often, you know, before this year, we often didn't trust people that weren't from Solaria. Now look at us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, like, I'm sure you're really nice, Ewan. Oh, sorry, hi. But yeah, it's fine. This is not a conversation for now. It's fine. Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
He's doing his best to like keep his distance. He doesn't want to ever be too close to you guys because he realizes that he's also a threatening presence and looks like similar to the people who
did
much damage.
Agatha is like wildly like jumping between like, great, this person is so big and powerful and would really be able to like help protect them, and this person is really big and powerful and could just destroy my whole family. So she's like, yeah, you're here, I'm just going to be here too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, well, they go into a cloister that is much like, because you guys are way at the end of the corridor. You are the furthest cloister from the school that is possible, and they are much nearer like to the school in that particular wing. And they get kind of settled. I mean, it's, there's low, the lights are on in there, the beds have been made. It is kind of nice. The windows are open. There's like a bunch of flowers in a vase in the center of the communal area, and you feel pretty confident to kind of leave them to it.
I cast, and as they're like settling in, Agatha's doing a lot of like, yeah, just do that, like just do this, and we're just down. I'm just down there, and she's gonna cast alarm.
Yes, Ewan is standing in the center of the communal area, and is just going to stand sentry there. It seems like the safest place to do it. So you're sort of alarming around him, and he just sort of is watching you as you do it, being quiet. I think the rest of the Dodeca people, Sunny, Nevma, Bing Bong, Pluto, walk back to the cloister. And not long after that, I imagine Kai is sort of waiting for...
I think Kai has to do that thing of like, right, they have everything they need.
Yeah.
Come on.
Heal you away.
Yeah, yeah.
And he kind of looks to you and goes, look, just grab a nightie. Do you want to stay at mine, or shall I stay at yours?
You say it, mine.
Yeah, of course.
Just so we're all together. Because
Yeah.
you're on your own, right? In your cloister, or did you get those first years?
No, not yet.
Okay, then, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just go. I'll come now, and you kind of follow on. And when you go into cloister Dodeca, something that you hadn't noticed when you came in just a couple of hours ago, is a bunch of packages leant up against the wall in the communal area, and they're addressed to you guys, and you open them up, and they are the prom portraits. Everybody looking very pretty. Agatha and Kai holding on to each other. Nevma and Sunny just like beaming, and Hiraeth and Hazes arms around each other.
What did I do to you, Lydia? What have I done? I'm racking my brain to figure out what I've done to you this week
Listen,
to do me like
the
this.
portraits, they said they were going to be like a month and a bit, and right on time. That Aarakocra painted.
Am I being punked? Is this? is someone going to come into my house? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, and Agatha, you look at yourself.
Oh
Your
God.
human form.
I think it's the cherry on the top of the day, right? Like, just unbearable sobbing and crying, like both at looking at her human self and seeing the portrait of Hiraeth and Hazes.
Oh goodness.
I think Sunny pulls an armchair from the communal room into Nefma's room, and just says, like, maybe tomorrow, or like, whenever you're feeling up for it, I'd love to know how the early stages of the beginning of a conversation happened at San, but I appreciate it probably got interrupted. I can sleep on a chair in the room if you want, if that'll make you feel safe. But also
You'll
not...
sleep in my bed, Sonny.
I don't want you to feel like trapped or suffocated. It's never a problem. if you need physical space, you can ask. It's not, that isn't an indicator of, how we feel or our relationship, like your mental health comes first.
Thank you. I'm going to try the bed to start off with. And if things go, if you wake up and I'm not here, try the roof, because I used to sleep there sometimes anyway.
And if you want me to come up to the roof with you, or if you want me to sleep on the floor or on the floor outside your door, you just say,
I think let's try the bed, then let's try the roof.
Yeah.
Thank you though. That's very that means a lot.
It's been a day, and I just want to say, like, I'm very proud of you for going, and that's not going to get forgotten in amongst all of this.
At a time when it doesn't seem crass, I'd love to hear what actually happened in that tavern.
I mean, absolutely, yeah, it's fine. But let's wait till it's actually over, and then we can talk about some of that stuff.
You did so good in that. What you were saying to Shane just kind of made me fall in love with you even more.
It's not nothing, It's just, I appreciate that.
All right.
But
well, I actually took a sleeping draft a while ago, and it's a miracle I'm still upright.
Let's get you to bed, and it's just go to bed.
Kai kind of steers you away from that and goes, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Let's look, I think we've probably got quite a lot to talk about, quite a lot to catch up on, but I've missed you so much, and let's sleep and talk about it in the morning.
Okay. Yeah. She just curls up into him, and I don't think she actually sleeps, or like at the very least it takes her a long time to like.
Yeah. Okay. Hiraeth. You are waiting.
Wait, sorry. Just a small thing. Sonny puts all of the paintings in his room and closes the door before he goes to bed.
Okay. Yeah. Yep. Hiraeth.
Yep.
You are waiting outside the +1 parlor. And from the front door of the main door to the school, you see, kind of backlit by moonlight, before they are lit by the sconces inside, a female figure. And for a second you think, like, what's this all doing back? But then you see, as she approaches, this very beautiful woman comes and bends the knee to you. She has like creamy pink skin, lavender hair, and she is around kind of 6 feet, 6.5 feet. And as she's bent the knee to you, she says, Grace, my name is Lady May Morlwen. I am the diplomat here for the Fae. I am at your service.
Thank you. I am assuming that you've heard a brief rundown of what has happened.
I have. It was brief. I mean, I would love to hear your take on things if you feel like sharing that with me.
Of course, it's why you're here. And I tell her everything.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah. Look.
It's that lawyer thing, right?
Why-
Like, you just tell your lawyer everything.
Why is Hiraeth fucking Ned Stark like too fucking dense for this game? Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking dickhead. Honestly.
Hiraeth Ned Stark, and this is the end of season 1.
It really fucking is.
Okay, between the chicken reference and the Game of Thrones reference, I've been really lost this episode.
I think she is Faye. She is the Faye diplomat. She knows both the material and the Fae realms. I tell her everything. Don't look at me like that, Lydia, please.
Good to know. At this stage, it's not long before it's actually going to be dawn. Aptly. And you tell her everything, and what she discusses with you, she's got this attitude of like, I need to be frank. We don't have the time for me to stroke your ego, as it were. But her current working tactic for avoiding escalation, is the way that she puts it, is that she is going to push. She's going to offer for the most extreme punishment for Ingrid in order to like start a negotiation with kind of like, well, we'll simply put her to death publicly in the material plane, and she'll be dead, and everyone will know that you don't do that here. And we will, we'll push for her parents to be imprisoned, and that's what we'll put first on the table, so that they see that we are like, serious about what happened. But she also says to you, like, nothing gets agreed, no vows are made, no promises are made, no contracts are signed until everybody's in agreement. Because she is sort of like aware of the fact that she's the diplomat and you are House Agvi. So you both have this understanding that you're kind of on the same team.
Yep.
But within that, like, you're not absolutely on the same page.
Yeah.
You're going to want House Agvi to do well out of this.
Yep. Gotcha, I think.
And are you going to try and talk her out of that tactic?
Oh, sorry, that's what you were waiting for. Yes. Sorry, yes. No, I think, look, if you are offering that as an option, how do you think the members that will be assigned to this case will take House Agvi's refusal of these terms? She is still my cousin.
And she killed with abandon. I mean, are you ready to be the face of a war?
There will surely be a war if you kill one of ours. They kill one of ours.
Okay. It feels like then that you are happy to risk civil war in the Feywild, because if you are going to put this on the line and not allow the mortals to have their justice, and then you're responsible for the deterioration of the relationship, that's going to cause the other provinces to have a real problem with House Agvi.
The material plane will get their justice.
So what do you think is the best tactic to put on the table in order to appease them?
You know of our ways of punishing those that are beyond reproach, are beyond savior.
Okay, so she goes to the darkness, but the mortals don't understand about the darkness. They don't understand what forever means to a fae. They don't, not even, we don't even know what is in the darkness. We just send people there and never see them again. But they won't understand.
The point is she'll go away.
Not in a way that is tangible to them. I mean...
So what is the middle ground here? Is there one?
There needs to be something visual for the mortals to see. And also, by the way, I don't want that. I don't want a fae to be killed, but I was using as a tactic so that perhaps they would say, no, let's not do that. Let's, it's a sign of good faith.
Lydia, do I know... I know that familiars are fae prisoners, but do I know how that happens?
Do you mean like in an arcane way?
Yeah. And do I know how sacredly kind of secretive that way happens?
You don't know how it happens, and you do know... Okay. What history? Why am I just giving you everything?
I was waiting for you to just tell me everything, to be quite honest. I'm gonna be fully open and transparent. It's dawn. Do I have fucking disadvantage? Is it exhaustion time, baby? I'm happy.
I'm gonna say this. I did say it was like an hour before dawn, so these are the last few rolls you could make at normal.
It's always darkest before the...
That was a 15, so a 15.
Okay. The province of darkness. A short history. There is... The long and the short of it is this. No one knows anything about the province of darkness. No one is allowed to visit at all. Not even the lords, not even the rulers of the other provinces are allowed to visit. The only thing that is understood, and it's by the Apoki, the high priests, is that it is a place that you send people for whom redemption is not possible, and no one knows what happens in there. They just know that no one has ever returned from the province of darkness. And it is understood that people who are in the province of darkness can become familiars to people in the material plane, which was a way of going, not us, not normal fae, like you can't have our souls to do with as you will, have that lot. But no one knows anything about it.
I mean, there has to be another way, another way of publicly showing that she will no longer be a threat. Darkness is out. I understand, but what if we meet in a middle ground between the two, both material and fae? What if she's sent to one of the fairs?
The problem with being part of a fair is that it is hard to tap her power there. And the fairs are beautiful and full of love and magic and delights. it's not really a punishment at all. It's a good life you would be giving her. Look, you are the heir to Agvi. You are a prince of the Dawn province, and we are talking about your cousin. I will keep quiet until you can no longer negotiate, and then I'm coming in with my tactic. I have live clipped in this plane in the palace for a long time. I came here before the war. I do know these people really well, and they're going to be so angry, and they're going to need to understand tangibly the punishment. So I will let you, because you are a prince, negotiate, and then I will come in.
Very well. I was going to say I would like this all to be over, but a washcloth would be nice.
All right, I'll sort that out. When was the last time that you ate?
I'm fine.
Okay. Do you think it prudent to... No. Let's do this. I think...
No, say what you were going to say.
I was going to advise a change of clothes. Sorry. It's patronizing, but I just thought...
No, of course. Let's... How long do we have?
Well, I could busk it a little bit. I'll go in there and see what can be done if you want to run and change.
Okay. Can I insight, please?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Is Hiraeth wearing like a I gambled all my money away at the level of rhyme?
Just with so much blood and burns, and like it's basically not a t-shirt. All it says is lemon somewhere. Like
yeah.
God, imagine being like in war meetings with just a t-shirt with holes in it that just says lemon. That was a 13 on the dice for an 18.
Okay.
I lemon. Oh no, it's I am lemon. Gamble. I am lemon.
Yeah, I am lemon.
Sorry. I'm focusing on this because everything else has been so difficult.
Look, Lady Morlawen is kind of intriguing. Here's what you get. What was an 18?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
She's hot.
She's damn hot. She is here to support you, but she has kind of done a good job of going, look, that's your playing field and this is my playing field, and I really respect you, but I have like the most important job to do in the world. And so what she's doing when she's offering you clothes and stuff, it is to help you, but it's also because she really knows that turning up looking respectable is going to help. So she's doing it for the sake of winning this next conversation.
She's a lawyer for a big oil firm kind of vibe.
Little bit.
Okay.
I would say this. The other thing that an 18 gets you is her coloring is really interesting. You can't pin down what province she's from.
Okay.
With that like lilac hair that might say dusk, with the like
Yeah.
pink skin, and she has a kind of interesting heritage to you that you can't immediately pin down.
She's from
Okay.
the daylight saving time. Probably.
I'm gonna run to back to the
Cool.
back to Dodeca. Fuck me, my fucking brain. Come on, switch it on. Okay. Yeah, and I get out some of my clothes, some of the more kind of grandiose ones, a kind of chiffon sort of with chiffon kind of thick chiffon kind of coat with like a large, is it brocade, is that the word, and I actually put a shirt on for once as well, so and then I run back. Fuck.
Cool.
This is why
You're
hide
standing
the brains.
outside the door to the Heshwan parlor. Do you walk in? You knock?
I knock.
You hear the voice of High Master Epismos go, "Oh, do come in."
I enter.
Standing, no one has sat yet. There is a lot of people in this room, all like standing, and the energy is like, you know, Sat's energy, which is like the energy just before a cat pounces. Like everyone's
Right.
got that Sat's energy.
Right.
And the first thing that you see is Emperor Julian II in his full 15-foot form. He will not be towered over by anyone, and it is extremely awkward for him to not shrink down to the medium size that he frequently like does, just to move in and out of rooms that are meant for people. But this is a show of dominance, and he's like standing there. He's wearing these white kind of draping robes with bronze fastenings, and his hair is like this flaming cascade. That's almost like blue. It's burning so hot right now. And his nostrils are flared. And standing next to him is Queen Udal, and behind her is the hooded form of Matthias or Matthias, depending on what part of the world you're from. And next to them is Mrs. Cremata, and next to them is High Master Epismos, and
Yep.
what do you do as you enter this room?
Well, I do the bow, Lydia.
And what is the bow, Tom?
It is. Oh my fuck,
You got
Lydia.
this. You got this.
It is. Just give me a second, yeah? It is. I'm pretty sure I know it. I just don't know which one it's left or right. Left knee to the ground.
And then what?
Bow of the head. And arm outstretched.
The large red hand comes forward, and you press. What you have just done is show extreme deference, as in you have told the Emperor that you are way below him and one of
Oh
his.
fuck! I did the up one, not the sort
Not
of
the
same.
equals, yeah. It's fine though, because that could be counted as a tactic.
Could be, but I panicked. Okay, cool.
Good though. Good job. Really good job for remembering, because I had to look it up. And Episemos does this thing of like, well, shall we sit? And no one moves. And she goes, well, I'm going to sit. And sits down, as does Mrs. Cremata, and as does Queen Udal. Matthias stays standing behind her, and Julian stays standing.
I think I wait for everyone else to sit, and then I sit before Emperor Julian.
He looks down at you.
Making direct eye contact, but I'm sitting.
Your kind have made an attack on the material soil, on Iridian soil, and killed many of our own. Fae have broken centuries of accords and still do. This very institution houses unclipped Fae. Not one person can explain to me how this is not an act of war. You have only a few sentences to convince me not to send word to Empress Yosha Nonai, the 7 kings of the Hosiag wildlands, and all 12 of Dawn Valon's High Courier to respond in kind.
A lot of words I didn't understand, but it sounded real important.
I understand the optics of this situation. However, I can assure you that one rogue agent who worked alone was apprehended and taken back by Faekind.
So she is protected. She is coddled. She is kept away from us. She is back on your home soil.
Back on our home soil, but not protected. She is being kept as a captive. And we are here to discuss the matter.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck, man.
Good job.
At disadvantage.
I got it wasn't a nat 20, I got a 19, but it was still fucking great.
Just do that again.
It's not, Lydia, it's not. It's a 13 plus
That's still good.
it's still okay, plus 8, so 21.
That's still good.
Say that number to me again.
21. Could have been a 27. This entire time, I'm keeping my, like, for the visual, for the audience. This whole episode, the shoulders have been in, the sort of posture downtrodden. In this episode, in this moment, is the first time that Hiraeth has looked in any way regal or lordly, and he has broadened his chest, straightened his neck, and is looking directly at the Emperor with as little emotion as he possibly can on his face.
So you hold her because you do not think we can? Why have you not handed her over for our judgment? Her crimes were done here. She broke our laws.
She broke your laws and affected your lands. It is not that we, and certainly not I, believe that you are not capable of cowing a Fae. It is more that the situation seemed dire, and dire actions were needed.
Well, what becomes of her?
That is what we're here to discuss.
Speak.
No. I speak for Lord Agvi. I speak for Dawn Province. And I speak for all of us when I say that we do not wish or intend any harm to the material plane. As I have discussed, as I have mentioned, this was a rogue agent who worked alone.
Did she not work with another Fae? Did she not have mortals that she had bewitched?
She did have mortals. It is clear to us that the other Fae in question that you spoke of was there to mitigate as much of the damage as possible. This is a grave act. I understand that. And I and Dawn Province wish to discuss with you the punishment that is deemed most...
You keep saying that, but I don't hear it.
I think, Hiraeth looks down at the table for a second, taps the table a couple of times, and takes a deep breath and says, I would not wish death as a punitive response for anyone or anything in this scenario. What I propose is something different. We will bring her here. She will be clipped. And she will be given into your custody. Her power will be weakened drastically. Her ability to cause the damage that has been caused will diminish. And as long as she continues to live, you may, and I look at the Queen. No, the Queen, Udal. And as I say this next bit, I look at her and I say, you may incarcerate her in any way that you wish. But she stays alive.
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
Do I not get for that fucking banging?
You're trying to
banging
persuade him, and he doesn't know what you're talking about.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
You might have
okay,
persuaded her, but
Okay.
that's different. That's a different story. Fucking great move, though.
That was a 14 and a 12. That's a 20.
Okay.
I like how you say great move to what is effectively going, I'll let you turn her into a pig, you freak.
I also don't think you guys know it.
What?
It's only Agatha that knows that they're prisoners, right?
No, we all know because that's why we were sworn into secrecy. Right?
We don't know
there's
as much as Agatha, but we do know that they were
You do know that they're...
Prisoners.
polymorphed, yeah.
Okay, cool.
We didn't know anything about the orb and all that shit. But the
Well, I fucking hope so, because otherwise we're going to have to
No.
retract everything.
No, that was just me, but I was suddenly like, oh shit, is Agatha now going to be in trouble? Because she'll be like,
No.
you fucking told
We
me.
know about the
Editor.
pig prisoners. We know about the pig
Editor,
prisoners. We don't
roll
know what
back the
orb
tape.
does.
Okay,
You
cool.
might have saved your cousin, but now Agatha gets actually executed for telling
treason.
secrets.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay. It is not enough. And what I'm going to say is this. We can't RP all of this crisis talk.
Yeah,
because
of course.
It's actually going to take longer than a day. And what I will say is this. You've made actually a really strong start. The tactics that you used, the way that you are behaving in front of him, the fact that you're managing to keep your cool, all of that kind of stuff is really, really good. And it's a good start. Pin.
Audience, by the way, I'm so sorry that I speak so slowly when I'm concentrating. It's. I hope that you're still here.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
It's exactly what I do when I'm trying to be really careful. So,
Yeah. You're
guys,
concentrating.
you know, if you're watching on YouTube, put it on higher speed or something.
Do. It's 1.25.
You guys back in Dodeca.
Yes.
Did I say something stupid? What did I say?
You said, you ooh goo goo guys back in the
Guys.
Kajagoo.
You will wake at kind of lunchtime, I guess. Hiraeth's room is empty. And you've long since slept through breakfast. And what do you do?
I have a really important meeting.
You have a meeting?
I've got to go see Diller just at least briefly. It's been ages.
You should go. Yeah.
I've just got to, he's in my
100%.
care, and I've just sort of left him here for weeks.
Take him out for a ride.
Well, I don't know if I can be that long. I let him out in the pen or something, but I wonder. I don't want to go too far just in case something happens.
Are you going to take the relics to your master today?
Yeah, I was gonna take them there, and then I was maybe gonna. Basically, if we ignore the big, the white Oro in the room, right? I was gonna go and see Diller, and then exercise him a bit. Go speak to my teacher. Go check on the font I let, and then go to Jingle to go and research like artifact cleansing rituals or something. I was gonna do those things, but also I'm very aware that there's something happening. Although there's not really much I can do to help. So
I know, right?
I don't know. So I'm just maybe thinking I should just do that stuff while I can, before I have to get back into the swing of school and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's a day too, but I'm going to be honest, I think I'm taking today off. And Ags, I don't know, I think you probably want to be involved, firstly in what your family are doing, and then also like maybe you want to stick your head into the massively important diplomatic discussions that are happening.
Yeah, I was
Maybe kind of speak on behalf of the victims or something.
Yeah, I was like, I should go.
Death to the Fae. Is that what we're saying? I don't know. Like,
I mean, I don't think we should come up with slogans if we're outside the room. Like it feels like we're asking to be at odds with what the conversation is. Like tonally, we've got no read on it right now.
No, you're right. You're right. But I was just going to say this. Like, I will pop into the San. I'm going to see Mistress Yigros, and then I thought I'd also just make a start at writing up our mission.
That would be so good.
Oh yeah, here, and I give her like.
Oh fuck! Jesus.
These were like the notes I was taking.
Right. Okay.
If it helps.
Yeah, I mean that's going to help.
I haven't really had a chance to color coordinate it, but.
No, but there's still quite a lot of tabs and highlights.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave this here right now, but I'll come back to it for sure.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's fine. Yeah, I think
actually when we got to I think if we could go and get lunch now. I'm actually pretty hungry. Oh, I need to introduce you to the guy. I didn't say that my guy that makes shoes.
You didn't.
Yeah.
You said absolutely nothing that was. Why don't you guys go get lunch while I'll have my lunch with Diller. So you two go get.
Or maybe I'll just leave Agatha and Kai here while I go get. I could pick up some food and bring it back, maybe.
Yeah, because maybe me and Kai can take my family to get lunch because I want to go make sure they're okay and they know where the get food is.
Okay, you go to have lunch with the family, and I will. You know what? I'm going to go to the market and have a market lunch. And booze in for the cloister because they're fucking Bimbo and Pluto had all of our booze while we were gone. So I'm going to fill the cupboards back up and
excellent,
get some spare mangoes in and all of that kind of stuff. So I'll do that stuff in town, and then I'll get on with my day. Okay, everyone's got their jobs.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, Sunny's going to go to the stables first, and then to his clerical teacher,
Master Crank's there. Diller is ridiculously just does circles round you.
Yeah.
And you are walking. Before you start walking, Kai just takes your hand and stops you from walking, and he goes, "I know we this is a big day. We've got a lot to do, but is there anything you want to tell me?"
Okay. God, it seemed like such a big thing, and now it doesn't feel like a big thing. Okay, just she takes a step away from him, okay, so I told you Nevma's dad kidnapped her and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Are you mad? You seem really mad.
Please keep speaking.
Okay. All right. Okay.
A breeze starts in the room.
Okay. He's not from here.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the Shadowfell. And there was a really bad fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really bad. And I got kind of hurt. I'm okay though. Look, like, I'm okay now. I'm like, fine. I'm okay.
Aggro,
Mm.
please, I beg you, I'm going crazy here. Please tell me the story. I need to know what
Okay.
happened.
He bit me, and now I'm like, now I'm a damn fit. I'm sorry.
You feel this like blast of air as essentially like a small cyclone happens in like the round central area of the cloister, and he looks at you with like these dark wild eyes and goes, okay, and you, so hang on. You were bitten by this vampire.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
It went dark.
It went dark. You died. And then when you woke up, you were just you were a Damphir.
It took a few days.
Oh God. How do you feel?
I don't know. Everyone was really great. Koji. Oh my god, I've not told you about Koji. Koji was really supportive and really helped out a lot. You know, he said sometimes it can take weeks. So I was kind of lucky that it didn't take that long. And I don't really know how I feel about it because I just had to survive it, you know, I just had to keep going. And I was like, well, I'll figure out when I get back, you know. That's what I was going to do today. I was going to go see Master Al-Qaedi. I don't know.
He steps forward and takes your face in his hands and very gently with his thumbs like looks at your fangs.
He very gently does this to your face.
You twats. And then kisses each of your fangs. And looks at you for a good while and says, Agatha, I'm so sorry. That must have been terrible. I feel very angry on your behalf, but
don't be angry. It's happened, and
No one has the right to change anything about you.
kind of better than being dead out there, though. So
I've seen Sunny's moves. I don't think it was as binary as that.
maybe.
But I see your trepidation. And I think this needs to be said out loud.
Okay.
I would love any iteration of you.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, good, because I was.
I would love you if you were a worm. I would fight the world for making you a worm.
Yeah, I can.
And then I would make myself a worm too. I'm going to stop thinking about the life where we're just worms together.
Yeah, I just kiss him to like stop him from talking, and then just like look him like deep in the face, and I'm like, the most scary thing about last night was thinking I was gonna live in a world where you weren't around anymore. Because I love you too.
Aggro. You know I'd haunt the shit out of you.
Yeah, you would. God, you'd be a great ghost here. You could help all of the students.
I'm so glad that you said that. I honestly think I would too.
You'd help them with like all the fashion choices, like dating advice.
Yes. Yes.
But don't do that.
No.
So don't like she like playfully hits him, but it's like don't like go thinking you could just talk your way out of things with Fae beings without telling me.
No, I do see the error in my way a little bit, but just to fight my corner a little bit, talking to Hiraeth really worked. I really apologized to him, and and he's an extremely reasonable person. I didn't realize that's not what the Fae really are like. Now I know.
I think Agatha just like tightens her mouth a little bit, like, Yeah, now we know.
We've got a lot to do today. I want to make sure that your family are happy because I'm suddenly having this imagining in my head where they're too scared to come out of their rooms because Ewan is sitting in the middle of the cloister. Mm-hmm. So let's go grab them. Let's have some lunch, and let's get you to the SAN. And we've got a really big tick list.
Yeah.
And you and I, we're a team today. Yes.
Yeah. Can you? I don't want to sound like too needy or anything, but can you just please not leave my side at all today?
Wild horses, whatever they are, could not drag me.
What's a horse? Yeah, okay. What's a horse?
A t-shirt. What's a horse? With all the W's.
Congratulations, our second ever piece of merch coming out.
What's a horse?
A horse.
What's a horse? Right, come on, let's go.
Yeah, you go like striding out hand in hand, like fighting spirit on this page.
Oh, one thing. Does your family knows you're okay, right? Like,
yes, I spoke to Mother, who is
horse.
Horse, yeah.
Right, that's not a horse.
She's a horse. She's currently in meetings. She didn't really reply to any of my messages, but I'm guessing she's happy I'm alive and thrilled to be part of the conversation.
Brutal. I'm guessing she's happy I'm alive is really kind of quietly devastating.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. We just hold them a little bit more. Right, let's go.
Oh my goodness, I'm so rude. Food.
Food. Oh,
What happens? Nevma seems to always eat, but is that just for show?
yeah. So, like, I can eat things. It just doesn't taste necessarily as good. But she has a guy. Okay,
The shoe guy?
the shoe guy. Right. So I'm just gonna tell you what it is, just because I feel like let's band-aid it and
Right.
rip it off.
It's
and
blood, right?
No.
Eh.
And you said even if I was a worm, so I'm just gonna hold you to that.
Okay.
It's spinal fluid. Is that an issue? I don't. Maybe I shouldn't. I could lie.
No, that's rad. That's like nails, right? That's like
It's.
do you have some for today?
I think I have a little bit left, but I think Nevma's gone to get some more.
I don't want you hungry, so let's just make
Oh, I'm not. Also, I'm not like if I get hungry, I'm not gonna like start eating students and stuff. Or,
Oh
like...
no, I didn't mean like that. I just don't want you hungry. Like I'm not worried that you're going to.
Because apparently I can. I've not done it, but like I'm not gonna. It's fine.
See this being a conversation that we should table for another time.
Yeah, let's. I'm still figuring things out. Let's.
Okay. All right.
If it ever gets too much, can you just tell me? Like I can like.
Of course, but I want to know everything, obviously.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
You walk, and you step into the Fifield cloister, and
Close to Byfield.
you see Tracy's like polishing a cupboard. So busy, she's got like a rag out and is going for stuff. Pete is like sitting and with Shane and Mel, I forgot her name, and Ewan is still standing exactly where he was when you left him like 8 hours ago, still with his arms crossed, still completely stoic and silent, just like eyes flitting from whoever it is that's like talking.
Well, so that's actually something I wanted to bring to attention. Are they all having a chat? I'd love to hear their chat.
Stop it! I have done enough one-woman showing for one evening. You bastard.
I find it really hard to believe that other people aren't tidying up, because Tracy strikes me as the sort of person that if she starts tidying up the house, you're like, I can't sit down while I can't not be tidying up while she's tidying
absolutely
up.
An air in that room of like, I think Mel will never do any work. Shane's fucking exhausted, and Pete's doing that thing of like, he's torn. He wants to do what she's doing, but also he realizes that Shane is like a sort of a priority in a way. Plus, it is an immaculately clean room.
Doesn't make a fucking difference. I've cleaned a clean house because my mum was cleaning. Like, just.
Agatha's just gonna go in and morning guys, is everyone alright?
Pete like stands up. Yeah. We wasn't sure where things were, but we've slept and we've washed and ablutions and all that, and we just thought that time, we got rumbly tumblies.
Yeah, well, do you want to go get some lunch?
I'd love that. Yeah, I'd love that.
Agatha just goes around giving everyone like hugs and stuff, and like an extra one to Mel that's like and just whispering in her head like, You said I was really fucking awesome yesterday.
And there is like, yeah, as you like, you do that, you whisper in her ear, you hear the fuck off, and as you like pull back, she's still got a little bit of your hair, so you're like, oh.
Oh, fuck.
You walk down to the dining room, and the Fifields go absolutely crazy. There is like so much food here, and like a buffet and hot food, and like so many different options. They hold the queue up like crazy because they can't work out they can't make a decision about what to eat. They want to know what is in everything. They start talking to the people who are serving food because they know them from town because they're locals.
Oh, that's fine, yeah.
And they're doing the thing where they stack plates up their arms so they've got more than one plate of food, and they're like, it's fine, no, I'm professional.
And there's just a bunch of like wizards behind them going, we have to we've got places to be, and trying to like go around them, but they're, Pete starts gesticulating while it's an absolute mashup.
Immediate regret. Agatha's like, I'm so glad they're here so I can make sure they're safe. And she's like, oh fuck, they're here. My family's at my school.
Yeah, they look extremely like, there's no way of avoiding the fact that they look different to everybody here. Everybody else is like kitted out in the same way that you kind of stood out in the first day, that you just had that really simple smock, and everyone's got like embroidered robes and special like rings that they've found along the way, and or like they've come from practice where they've got armor or whatever, and then there's just normal folk with 10 plates a piece, and going back for top-ups of juice and coffee and everything, and you take up a big long table all to yourselves, and people are kind of, you're all chatting amongst themselves. You can see that people on other tables are like and talking about you, but lunch is had, and they are keen to get back to the Apennine to like get the ball rolling, and work out what to do, and see if there's anything to be salvaged from the wreckage. Ewan stands at the end of the table, doesn't sit, and he doesn't have a tray of food, and he's like a stone sentry. He's trying not to make any sudden movements.
Ewan, would you like to sit and just look like you're not gonna like any of the food? Oh, unless, and I would see if there's any like of that hot sauce around, like just like douse it in this. That's what Hiraeth likes.
No, he's got chronic IBS, Michelle.
Oh no.
Lactose intolerant.
Right, have this eggy red and all this. God, he's gonna.
He like picks up a slice of like cold ham pie, like a pork pie, slice of pork pie with like the jelly in it, and takes like a big bite out of it and just goes,
hot sauce, hot sauce, hot sauce, hot sauce.
Thank you for that. My gratitude. Agatha, if you have places that you need to be today, I will always stay with your parents. Do you have anything that you would like me to do?
Just keep them safe.
Of course.
Thanks.
I can also make a start on making the tavern as safe as possible to try and step inside.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah.
Agatha.
Yeah.
I hope you don't think this is inappropriate.
I have a boyfriend, thank you.
Noted. Is Hiraeth all right? I know you must have a lot of feelings about him and us, and you have every right to. But, and I don't want to be rude, and I've never seen him clipped before. But he looks terrible. I've never seen him like this before. He was beginning to look quite bad in his messages to us, but I thought it might have been something in the translation of the communication stone, and now I see that I fear he's completely fading away.
The place we've just been to was real bad, and he kept us all safe, but that place took so much from him. He needs rest, and he needs kindness.
Okay,
Well,
I can do that.
but it's not necessarily this place in general. It's just, like I said, the place we've been in was really
Go
bad.
back there?
Will he go back? No, we're never going back there.
Okay.
Absolutely not. Like, no. It's called the Blood in the Sands. We should have known.
Yeah, I'm and why did the school ask you to go?
No. We went for another reason. We went on a mission. Like, it was successful, and ultimately, I think we've done a good thing. But we just got back. He needs like weeks of rest. Even I still look kind of shit, and I'm not like fully recovered. So like,
You look wonderful.
I have a boyfriend, and he's right here. Ewan, will you stop?
My apologies.
It's all right. Just
This bit is so fucking good. It's really enjoyable.
Okay, well, this is good to know because I was ready to, I don't know, steal him away and take him home because I am afraid for him. I just have never seen him like this before.
I think he's missed his family a lot. He's missed you guys a lot, and yeah, I'd just, yeah. If you find him, just give him a hug. I think that's what he needs.
Yeah, well, they have to take a break from those meetings at some point, and I'm not going to go bursting in there and hug him in front of the emperor, but okay.
No. Yeah, but like, you know, keep an eye on my family. But if you need to go see him, then just take them with you. They could be real quiet and just stand in the corner. They won't say anything.
Tracy's gonna see her friend.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell, it's the Emperor.
Oh, it's my good friend.
She just runs forward and gives Queen Udal an actual hug as everybody gasps.
Queen Doll cries because she's not been touched in 7 centuries.
Yeah, I'm flattered, by the way, but
okay.
gosh, this is fun.
He does kind of flush, kind of pink, and also, what does Hiraeth eat when he's here? Because
Oh my god, it's
There was-
pig mask.
a
No, go on. What were you gonna say?
Well, it's
You
just
say
there
your
was a
thing
slice
first.
of bread in the cloister which I ate last night, and I don't think it was made of food.
Okay, so
You just eat it anyway for the nutrients, or
yeah, I can't remember where Hiraeth got it from, but he's got a pig mask. I just asked to borrow that, and it makes things taste really good.
thank you for that.
That's all right.
Right. Well,
Otherwise, it's just things with lots and lots of flavour makes it tolerable, is what I've worked out. If you see like a dragonborn and I describe udon, a tiefling like this tall, just ask them for some hot sauce.
she looks like she's 11 years old. She's a yellow tiefling, and
Yeah.
she's got a satchel of hot sauce.
Yeah,
Like a bandolier.
yeah, the one with the bandolier of hot sauce. That's who you want. But yeah. So Hiraeth doesn't really enjoy eating.
Must have been. Well. In a way, I'm sad that I'll be going soon, because I want just an afternoon with him to talk. But
You should take the time.
we'll see. I don't want to overstay my welcome. I realize I'm an unclipped fae, which is making his discussions more difficult. We cannot have another Agvi clipped. It's dangerous on our side of things. So, rock hard place.
Yeah.
But thank you. You've been generous with me. And Mel has like stood up, and he immediately stands up, and everybody's like moving and going, and it's like this little like beige family, and then this extremely bright 10-foot like people the rest of the students are like don't even notice the 5 fields, but then they're like fuck as the being walks past them.
Real Gandalf and the Hobbits energy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we'll go to wherever these conversations are happening, I guess.
You go to the Hetwan parlor. Parlor named after the first emperor of Iridia.
Mr. Parler.
I had the same joke in my head, and I was like, don't say it.
Only a
Difference
dick would
between
say it. I think I'm going to say this. You go to like knock on the door, and the door like opens, and you see High Master Pisamos and just a line of people like behind her, including Hiraeth, Lady Morlwen, the Queen, Matthias, and the 15-foot form that won't fit through the door of the emperor, who has never sat down and never shrunk down. He is still in his like dominance display, but they
Keep swinging.
those robes are only to the waist. Everybody sort of sweeps past, you know, the imperial go. Mrs. Cremata stops for a moment to give Kai a kiss on both cheeks, not a hug, but like a kiss on both cheeks, and they start having a conversation, but she's trying to drag him away to a corner to have a conversation, and he's like, no, we'll talk here. And you are sort of face to face with Hiraeth, who has peeled off from the group.
Hi.
Hi.
How is everyone?
They're good. Your brother's keeping a good eye on the
Good.
family. How are you? How's everything?
Yeah, it's going. It's going.
What's gonna come of this?
Not. I'm not sure how much I'm meant to say. Not war. I'll stop that in any way I can.
Alright, good. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go. You're blocking the door.
She steps back.
Thank you.
Hiraeth, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Are you prepared? Here's the thing. You've broken so that the Imperial entourage can have lunch.
Yep.
And you have now been offered a choice. Do you take a sleep in order to not be at a disadvantage in these conversations? But Lady Morlowen will speak on your behalf in those conversations while you sleep? Or do you power through not at your best? You can have a conversation with Lady Morlowen, giving her instructions on what to do while you're asleep. But those you know.
I think I'll have a quick conversation with her before I break for something to eat myself, and just say, speak to me honestly. How are our chances?
Well, I don't really know, but I think that Julian believes that he is now representative of all of Druissance, not just the Iridian Empire. And I think he appreciates your offer, but I don't think that I think you'll have to work hard to make it stick.
May I ask a personal question?
You can certainly try.
What brings you to the material plane, in the broadest of strokes?
I was employed to be a diplomat.
I'd like to insight check that, if that's okay.
Of course.
Disadvantage, I know. That was fucking 2 18s.
Nice!
2 18s on the dice. For 23.
Okay, the 23. There, you know for a fact, there is a look in her eye that is telling you that there's a fucking massive story that's bigger than I was employed to be a diplomat. And I think because that's so high, I'll add this. Talking to another Fae is like your first cold beer on a very hot day for her. And on top of that, she's speaking to somebody who understands what it is to be clipped. And she likes you a lot. for all of these reasons, even though you're not on the same page at all, you're disagreeing about a lot of stuff. You can tell that she just is craving your presence because she has been very alone in everything that she experiences.
Okay. Where is it you came from? What province?
Oh, Mr. Agvi, Prince Agvi. We will need to open a bottle of wine before that story comes out, I'm quite sure. And you need to rest and eat. And we have quite a job in front of us. But maybe when all of this is over, we can eat some god-awful food and exchange stories. I miss good stories.
I think I give a bit of a sad smile and think for a second and say, yeah, we'll have time to talk. I will eat. I won't sleep. I'm going to continue.
Sure.
I have to try.
I am rested. You can trust me. I will not overstep. I will keep to our pact that when your argument fails, only then.
I might have one last argument to make before.
Okay.
It's not that I don't trust you.
You'd be right not to. You don't know me very well.
I've been fooled before. I am going to get something to eat. Tell me, does the food ever get better?
Yes.
It does.
Yes. I mean, give it 100 years. You'll find things that are better than others.
Good to know.
Yeah. I find when they cook it, it gets worse.
Okay, good.
Eat things straight from the ground and from the tree. That helps.
That is helpful to know. Thank you. I'm gonna go don my mask and chow down.
I don't know what that means, but it sounds fun.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
I need fresh air, and she walks outside.
And I go grab something to eat, and I have a little think. I'm gonna text you something. You can carry on, but
Okay.
should I? There's no point. You're just gonna say you don't know.
Whatever you think best. I'd like to say that you get time to kind of contemplate, but you're in the dining hall with a lot of people that you haven't seen in a long time. There's like 5 Hugos that try and sit down with you with their trays to be like, bro, I haven't seen you in like fucking longest time. Where have you been, man? You look like absolute shit.
I actually remember
Did you hear about Binti? She fucking died, man.
Fuck you, Lydia. Yeah, I have just remembered that I have homework to catch up on.
Bro,
Thank
later
you,
though,
Hugo.
yeah, bro. Yeah, later?
Yeah, later, of course. Fucking idiots. And I just sort of like chow down as I'm walking down the corridor, getting ready to go back into session. Fuck.
Fucking Hugo's.
Fucking Hugo's. I gave like 3 of them my homework books to write, and not one of them put a single word down.
It's all just gossip. Like, bro, did you hear about Bintu?
Fucking died, bro.
It's just like one day, like I see a tally chart and I go, "What is this?" And you just get a, "Oh, you know."
Oh god. That almost as bad as the Warlock fuckboys.
Yeah.
Okay. So you are like you're trying to find a quiet space to like focus in.
Yeah, you know what? I think I go to. This is depressing, isn't it? I think I go to the fighting sort of arenas that Jesus and I used to go to.
Oh no.
Can you please roll me a D20 and tell me the answer?
That was immediately a bad idea, actually, wasn't it? 18. What I was hoping for was a quiet place, not more trauma. To be fair,
This is Hiraeth's first day.
There's like a couple of people that you don't know very well fighting, and you do get the opportunity to kind of sit to the side of the like stone circle that's got sand in it, and just to what to you is quite a meditative sound of like the clinking of metal. Get to have a moment to yourself.
Right, and I just sit there until whatever time we were asked to return.
Yeah. All right. You've let's see, Sunny's gone to Dilla, and then what?
I'm going to pee whilst you do this.
Then to go see his clerical teacher to talk about the artifacts. Then to go check up on the font that he made, the bath, the reflecting pool, and then to go to Jingle to do some research on like cleansing artifacts, or the not the creation of artifacts so much, but more not as in like how to create them, but more like the creation myths around artifacts. Do you know what I mean? Like founding myths.
Yeah. Okay, that's Sunny's plan. He goes to Master Thakos, his clerical teacher, who immediately says that you need to find both Master Mims and High Priest Sapel, who are essentially the people that run all of the religious and clerical side of the school. You've met Master Mims before.
Yes.
And you're basically told that before you go any further with the discussions, let's have a meeting, all four of you, with the artifact so that they can like cast an eye over it. If you are happy to do that right away, they'll set it up within the next kind of half an hour.
Oh yeah, but I don't imagine Hiraeth's got the time, right? Like,
are you with Hiraeth?
Oh, when you said the four of us, you meant the three faculty members and Sunny, not the three of the Cloister.
I was with you, Nikki. I thought the same thing, and I was like, "Oh God, why have we got to be there?"
No.
I thought it was like a Golden Griffin Cup verification thing.
No. It's purely about the artifacts.
But in which case, yeah, like Sunny's trying to have somewhat of a relatively normal day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do all the things that like have been sort of neglected while he's not been here.
Yeah. They look. Firstly, Master Mims, kind of a young, trim dwarf, that is always in blue robes, and then High Priest Sapel, who is a much older, so ancient, very, very white hair, like face like the side of a cliff, with darker blue robes, and you all stand around, like you kind of envelop how you've been holding the three rods, the sandals, the thing. And do you show them the bones?
Yep.
Everything is like laid out on I think you had it wrapped up in a cloak for a long time, so the cloak is like.
I spent time when we were in the outpost putting it in better stuff, but yeah, they're like wrapped up in like leather and
yeah,
or something, yeah.
And each of these powerful men, the kind of the half elf. Oh no, I think Thakos is actually a full elf, if I remember rightly. And the two dwarves, they're each doing their own like identify, detect magic, all these like spells to like work out what they're looking at, and all of them come out of it going, That sucks to investigate magically. And all three of them are there. They're kind of having these discussions, including you in everything. But their feeling is this: they are extremely intriguing artifacts because they have divinity, but they are not divine, which is the nature of artifacts of patron saints. And actually, artifacts of patron saints are kind of rare because they're not gods. It's hard to like do that. And they're doing what's nice from this encounter is you realize that Master Thakos has actually done a lot of research on Kimber because his student, he's done his due diligence of trying to work out as much. And so he can like, he certainly doesn't think he knows more than you, but he's doing a little bit of like, Sunny has an extremely personal relationship with her, but this is my understanding of it. And she seems to have a grasp of raw arcana that is unparalleled. It's extremely strange that she has this much power with no followers, essentially, just Sunny. And there is then begins another political discussion about how complicated it is, and that even taking away the corruption, they feel like they need some sort of imperial presence and to get the go-ahead to do anything with them at all. And then all three of them turn to you, and what are your thoughts?
I want to send the bones over to Kimber. Has some followers in the Khotan Empire, and I want to send the bones over once cleansed. I don't believe that this is this isn't the big thing, but like it could be something that puts us in the right direction to reviving Mythenfolk and bridging the gap between two empires.
This is quite a difficult that in itself has connotations and ramifications because the Khotans are what if they try and bring her back to life?
Or that if I'm hoping to reach some of Kimber's followers in order to do that some way, somehow. Maybe not right now. I don't want this to be I don't want the school to officially sanction this. I don't want the Empire to officially sanction this. This is somebody looking for some like-minded people in a world that with artificial borders, like this is not a diplomatic mission or any of that stuff. Maybe they will try, but they can't force her, right? They can't force her, and if I find the right people, they won't want to, because that's sort of anti-ethical to the whole kind of shtick, which is you can't force people to be something they aren't, and like Kimber's now doing more, or she has the potential to do more than she was doing while she was alive, and I think that's really like for most people that's not saying a lot, but for Kimber that's saying an awful lot. She did a bunch of good.
Yes, I know. I've now got quite a clear understanding of the sheer volume of people that she reached in her lifetime, which is impressive. We have to have a think about this, and I will leave you to also have a think about this. But I think what I'm hearing from what you're saying is that you would like to not speak to the Yuan-Ti Khotan diplomat from the palace and try and use your own means to speak to the Khotans who might follow Kimber.
Yeah.
It's a risk. It puts the school at risk that we are harboring all of these things. I wouldn't recommend even trying to remove the corruption before we have a clear idea of what the right path would be. But this is no small thing. This is very impressive. Very, very impressive. Seems like you also traveled miles into Emerofos, which is very
Yep.
impressive.
And we actually ended up taking the long way through, because that was not the long way all the way through, but like the long way through to where we wanted to get to, because a whole bunch of stuff happened. But you'll read that when we make our submission for the
Right, okay.
Golden Griffin Cup and all that stuff.
Did you? I mean, we can talk about this another time if you wish. But do you feel like? Do you feel like you have we spoke a little bit before about how you were grappling with the responsibility of being a healer, and do you think you have a clearer grasp of this now?
I mean, I have actualized the idea of the responsibility, if that's what you mean, but I don't think I will ever truly be at rest with that responsibility, you know?
All three men like immediately nod in absolute like yes, good, yes.
Also, mostly what I found out is people just keep running into incredibly dangerous situations over and
Yes.
over again.
Yes. Nevma just pops her head out of a corridor and goes. Right. Well done. Very good. Let us circle back and talk about this another time. Lots to think about. Very good.
Okay.
Would you like for this to be kept in the in a safe place, or would you like to keep it?
I would like to keep it, because I think any amount of time that this is under the official care of the school, makes the school liable for what happens to them to some degree. And okay. I would like to state officially that these artifacts are not under the care of the school.
Right, but this is a minor point, of course, but if it's part of the Golden Griffin Cup, it's very much part of the school system.
As in, like, you can see them and verify and stuff like that, but what I'm saying is, if the school is sending artifacts across to empires without, King Julian's authority, then that's a situation, and I don't want to indict the school in anything that I feel.
I mean, certainly that is an argument to be had. Also, if you're going to call our emperor King Julian, I would do it when he's not here.
Yeah, King Julian's a lemur.
Emperor Julian. I'm a firm believer that what's right ain't always legal, and what's legal ain't always right. So I'm
okay,
gonna do the right thing.
I did not hear that as your teacher and my
absolutely. And what I'm saying is, I'm gonna do the right thing, and I trust that you guys will make sure that you guys are doing the legal thing.
Oh yes, yeah. The three men like nodding. Yep. Oh yes. Yep. Right. Well, good job. And you're like neatly packing everything up as the three men walk away and are immediately like talking with each other and like having this heated argument about all the different angles of this. Some of them going, well, if it was in international waters, it would be completely different. But
let's get on a boat. That's Radio Caroline, this shit.
Cool. It's 10:10.
Yeah.
We can keep going.
Wait, there's one.
We got a second in us. Go on. I've got a plan, Lydia, and I'll chicken out of it if we don't go through with the plan. I'm just saying this.
Please make Tom sit on it for a week.
I'm just.
You.
He's gonna fight the Emperor. Just let him do it.
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
Nevma had gone into town, right, to go and get bits and bobs.
And get us some more fluid, hopefully.
Agatha.
Yes. Lydia.
You, at one point, Nevma comes sprinting up to you.
You all right? Wait, what's happening? Is everything all right? What's up? Breathe.
Mel's gone. Mel's gone. We have to find Hiraeth because Ewan has taken her. She's gone. Where is Hiraeth?
What do you mean? Like he's taken her?
I don't know. I went there and they were like looking at stuff, and then your parents were like, Mel was here going through stuff, and then they just turned around and realized they had not been there for a while.
Okay. Kai doesn't have sending. Who has sending?
He's fucking had it.
Yeah. I run and find Hiraeth, and I'm just gonna try and find anyone who has sending. I think Sunny has sent. I know, but I don't know where you are. I'm just running around being like, where's Sunny?
I gave you a full itinerary of what I was doing that day.
Yes, I have the itinerary, but I don't know. Wait, right. Okay. So he'll be going down the third corridor at this point.
We need to. I think we should get Hiraeth. We should get Sunny, and we should all go to the ruins of the Apennine.
Okay, can you grab them, and I'll run straight there.
There as well. So just heads up about that.
So Isolde's alone with my parents.
Well, right now, yes.
Right. Okay. Get Hiraeth. Get Sunny.
Yes.
We will meet you there because I'm going there right now, and I run to the Apennine.
Okay. Hiraeth, you are met by Nevma, who relays the same thing to you.
Oh, fuck. Lydia, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't know. I do know.
Okay. When is session meant to reconvene?
You were given a good bit of lunch for lunch, and you didn't end up really doing very much. So you still have like an hour.
Okay, I go.
All right. Sunny, you are like whisked up along the way, and as you're like running, you're given the information.
I'm gonna cast sending immediately. Ewan. Lawrence,
Can
Rowan,
you
and Bowen.
roll for me an Arcana check?
Shit, I cannot leave King Julian waiting.
16.
Do that. 16.
Yes.
Sending doesn't work.
Oh my fuck, Lydia.
I really hate that. It doesn't work.
She's on another plane. He's on another plane, or because he's not clipped. Maybe.
16 is enough to know whether the spell worked or not, but it's not quite enough to know the exact reason why, I'm afraid.
You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence.
I know.
Yeah, I'm saying it for our benefit, not yours. I'm gonna then try and message Mel. Sending Mel.
Same. You arrive at the Apennine, and Isolde is actually kind of like she's kind of awkwardly talking to your parents, and they are going fucking spare at her. Like they are livid at her, and she is I don't know. And Tracy's like, well, fucking find out. You're really magical. Do something. Fuck's sake. And you come like hurtling in.
I'm not going to do it because it's just the same conversation Tracy has had, but like slightly higher pitch from Agatha. Before, right? Well, if you don't know where they are, then where were they last? Show me where they were last. Like,
I don't know. Hiraeth Sunny, Nevma.
I'm just going to go like climbing up the building.
Insight,
Like run
please.
in.
Yes, roll insight.
15 and a 12 for 17.
You don't know if she knows. It's not really high enough to get a good grip on what's going on. She looks at you and she goes, shall I scribe?
Do it.
Her eyes go yellow from their normal emerald, and she's quiet for a minute as she's looking. And then she starts to laugh and laugh and laugh. And there is a real cruel hysteria. And then her eyes flick back green. And she kind of like leans forward with her hands on her knees and goes, I couldn't even explain it. And she casts major image within the ruins of the tavern. And what she shows you, she depicts a scene of Ewan riding like the wind through this wild, heavenly like landscape of rolling land. Hiraeth, this is the Feywild.
What the fuck, man?
There are like floating little islands, and a giant tree is lumbering through across the landscape. He has Mel on this mount, and they ride to a temple.
Oh my god.
For fuck's sake, Mel.
A white marble temple where he leaps off and they run inside. And in the middle of this temple is a font.
Oh my god.
Mel looks so tiny. There are like fey priests there, and Ewan has her hand in his, and they put their held hands into the water of the font. And it is like crystal clear water, and they wait. And at first it looks like nothing is going to happen. But then they both begin to like rise up off the ground.
Ewan.
And the water within the font stays in this bubble that kind of undulates round their hands, like encasing both of their held hands. And it's like particles suddenly pull out of the marble in the font and begin to like glow like this constellation around them. The Fey priests are like, they're kind of standing there with their mouths open at the vision of this tiny woman that the Fey prince has brought. But Ewan is elated and draws Mel in for a kiss. The goddess More Epenesi, also known as the mother, also known as the font,
Cry.
for whatever reason, has shown that the union of these two people serves her, and so she blesses it. And the major image is gone, and you are left back with the blackened wood of the tavern.
I think Hiraeth, for the first time in like a good 48 hours, is crying, but incredibly happy tears. There's just like a smile on his face and tears running down his face. And he just says, good for you, Ewan.
Wait, what is that?
Yeah, what? Like, has he kidnapped her?
I think we're now in-laws.
Wait. Is that like them like getting married? And like, had they just gone and got married? Has Mel got married without us?
It's not technically a wedding.
I mean, look, you don't have to. It's not there. It's not official yet, but
What it means is that we're on board. Mother will be on board. We can't fight a blessing from the font.
Why are you still here, by the way?
Because some of these fuckers don't want to come back to life without a head.
Just looking for their head.
Whose fault is that?
Well, it's mine, but I've been given instruction and I
Say
can't
that
leave
again.
yet.
It's your fault.
All right, Sammy. All right. In-laws, remember? Okay. Can someone just tell me if my sister's going to come back from the Feywild or not?
It's really hard to do these things across planes of existence, but I can try. I mean, I'll try. And I think we'll pick it up here.
Oh my god! I want to slap my sister so badly.
fuck.
Good job, guys. Well
Fuck.
done. That was beefy.
What a fucking wild episode, man.
Right.
Well done.
What is a story without the odd elopement?
Well, I was
Wow.
so scared for a while there. I was like, you shouldn't have trusted them. Don't trust them.
I
Like,
was
why would you trust
terrified.
them?
I was fully terrified that you were you were writing the only redeemable fucking Agvi as an arsehole. Not the only one, sorry, that's a sweeping statement, but you know.
I mean, in a way, it is kind of an arsehole move.
Oh yeah, massively. But I mean, in the same way as Tamlin, it's a Tamlin move.
Let's not make him Tamlin, because Tamlin.
No, he's not Tamlin. He's not Tamlin. He's this doesn't matter.
No.
This doesn't matter.
We'll save the Sarah Jane Mass chat for Discord, guys. If you're
Yes.
interested in joining the Discord, there's a link.
Yes.
Really well done, everybody.
Thank you
Wow.
very much. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone in
Well
chat.
done.
Thank you, Natalia, for the raid towards the end there. That was
Oh,
much
thank you so
appreciated.
much.
If you enjoyed the little snippet, we have a YouTube. You can check out this holiday campaign. This campaign is coming to an end, and sometime soon we will be starting to kind of drop more information about the next campaign in a few weeks' time, which will be at the beginning of our charity week, which is really, really exciting. So those of you who don't know, every year on our anniversary of starting streaming, we do a full week of live streams that are all to raise money for charity, that culminates in a 24-hour straight game of Dungeons & Dragons. It gets very weird. We have lots of special guests. Historically, we did Curse of Strahd in 24 hours. It got real weird. And then last year we did a
Greek Odyssey.
a Greek Odyssey in 24 hours. It also got really weird. And yeah, it's all incredible. Like it's all up on our Discord. We put a lot of effort into it. This year we're raising money for Solace, who is a charity that helps survivors of male violence, specifically women and children, but they are a trans inclusive charity. They do really, really fantastic work. So do kind of, if you can, come by. If you can donate, like it's a really, really fantastic cause.
Yes.
And it's using stories to bring people together and do some good. Last year we managed to do a lot of good. So hopefully we can do that again this year. That's all up on our socials at Wicked Game RPG. That we've got a Discord, YouTube. Just search Wicked Game RPG. You'll find us. We've got old campaigns on there as well. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you this time next week.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.